And I'm back with another battle video. So, like I mentioned in my last one, I'm really not feeling Lucario Landorus, so this is a Donphan deck. Furious Fist gave a lot of support to fighting, so just because Lucario Landorus isn't working for me, doesn't mean that the whole, I don't know what to call it, just the fighting concept, the support that fighting's been getting, no reason just to throw that out. So, yeah, Donphan essentially works like Excelgor. You're attacking with Donphan, but then you don't have to leave him up there. Now, Excelgor went right back into the deck. Donphan goes back to the bench. So it is vulnerable to Catcher in that way. This same concept has been seen before. Palkia EX Strafe pretty much did the same thing. Just Donphan can... well, energy-wise, it can be powered up faster. It just can't hit on turn 1 because it does have to evolve. Alright, so here we go. I am playing against Virizion Genesect. And I'm trying to remember how close a game this was. I pretty much get almost an ideal start. If I had had the energy to attach, that would have been great. But since I only need 1 energy anyways, that's not exactly a bad thing. That was one of the big reasons that Palkia just wasn't working very well. So I believe it did have 2 energy costs for that strafe attack. That and... you know, Garbodor does it really does hurt this deck because you use a few different Pokemon to retreat back to. As you can see from the Phantoms and the Trevenants in my hand, that's usually the option you go with. You know, getting the item lock on them, it's not like Excelgor where you're locking them in the active position. It's just trying to get them to slow down. But Donphan's also hitting you a lot harder with Muscle Band, Strong Energy, and Fighting Stadiums. Yeah, 1 energy can hit for 100 or, actually thinking it, yeah, 100. So here we go. This is a great hand right now. Thankfully he did end me. Now I couldn't get the double Trevenant, but as you can see, I am able to get a 1 Trevenant out, and able to get the energy attachment, and hopefully here on this end we will see a Donphan Floatstone. Did not see a Donphan Floatstone. So, I do run Sacred Ash, which gets 5 Pokemon from the discard pile back into the deck. So I really don't feel too bad about throwing out those Phantoms, especially since my other 2 are already on the board. Now I am able to use the Ultra Ball for the Donphan, but I don't have the Floatstone to be able to attack this turn. That's not necessarily a concern in this matchup because Virizion isn't going to be attacking on his first turn either. And, yeah, question is does it run a stage 1 attacker, because this deck, in addition to running Trevenant, does also run Suicune. And yeah, Sigilyph, same effect. I actually don't remember, pretty much Sigilyph just because of Mewtwo being big right now. I think that's why we decided to go with Suicune, and I like Suicune a little bit better than Sigilyph. But pretty much blocks most of this deck. So assuming that it's not running a stage 1 attacker like Beartic, Raichu, Pyroar, something like that, I'm feeling pretty good. Now, right now I don't have a Suicune out there, but I do have a little bit of time to go ahead and work on one. Fortunately, I didn't pull 1 there either, but I was able to get not only a second Donphan and energy up and the Fighting Stadium, but I got the Floatstone. So I'm actually going to be able to do some damage this turn. And this is what we like to see, a fresh, clean Donphan. And he's going to be hitting for 100. And here's my question. I was like, well, I do have the N in hand. I should easily be able to get back into another Floatstone, which is why I promoted the fresh Trevenant, just so it would not die on this round. Now, he does knock out my Fighting Stadium with a Virbank, so that's going to take away a little bit of my power. Don't get that extra 20 now, but I'm still looking pretty good. The biggest thing in this matchup is that he does have to take out 6 of my Pokemon since I don't run EXs. Whereas while I am two-shotting him, I only have to take out 3 of his, and I have and then I have Suicune that says you can't hurt me at all if you're a big EX. But yeah, he does Lysander up the damage Trevenant. and goes ahead and takes the knockout on that. And not a bad play at all. I don't know if I might have wanted to save the Lysander, but you might as well get a knockout with that Virizion while you can. He is loading up that Mewtwo, so either he doesn't have a stage 1, or he doesn't think I run Suicune. And now this is where I wish that I ran Mewtwo, because this is going to be a little bit difficult right now. So, and I don't know actually why I used the megaphone right there, because I am going to be taking the knockout on this Virizion. So that was a misplay there. I believe later on in this game I do wish that I had saved the megaphone. And we're just going to take the knockout on Virizion and go back to Trevenant. Pretty much expecting Trevenant to get knocked out. He's hitting me for, oh, well, hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and I believe I do only have 110 HP. So, really my only point in promoting Trevenant, I mean, it's anything I was going to promote was pretty much going to die. But at least this way he does have one more turn of being item locked. And that's pretty much my only hope right now, is I'm going to have to give up Trevenant and probably have to give up that Phanpy too, before I can actually take down this Mewtwo. Now I am still two-shotting it, and I do have the 2 Donphans ready to go, so I have a feeling I'm just going to have to sacrifice a Phanpy next turn. Other than, he's going to have to retreat that Mewtwo or use a max potion, and doesn't want to do that with all that energy. But I draw into a Suicune, so I'm just going to be able to, we have the energy attachment too, and I really don't care about that stuff because I already have those other 2 Phanphoms that I gave out earlier with that Ultra Ball. So getting rid of those Trevenants really isn't a big deal right now. And now that I have that Suicune, I'm feeling much better about how this is going. He has to have a catcher right now. And if he leaves that, even if he does use a catcher and takes out a Donphan, I just promote another Donphan to take the knockout on that Mewtwo. So all that energy piled up on that Mewtwo is not going to last very long right now. And I think that's kind of what he's realizing, and he's trying to figure out how to get out of this, I guess. And then we see a Trubbish hit the field, so I was not expecting this to be, maybe this isn't Virizion Genesect. Trying to remember if there is a Genesect that gets played here, or if it's just Virizion Mewtwo Garbodor. That would be a little bit different. Now that Trubbish isn't going to do too much, but it does mean that he can get through my Suicune. So that's just as good as having a stage 1 attacker. He is going to be able to turn off that ability, but he can't turn it off until next turn, so he still has to decide what he wants to do as far as knockout. And he ends up using his dowsing machine on the Lysander, and both of those are the same, so it takes out one of my better Donphans, because I do have a smaller Donphan without a band or the strong energy. But this one is exactly the same. It's still going to get the job done. And we're going to, I think, whittle away our hand a bit. Now here's, I end up deciding just to Colress to get one more card in my hand. I don't know. I don't really know if an N would have made that much more of a difference. And here I decide just to attach the second one to Donphan, and I'm expecting to get End right after this, which is why I'm trying just to kind of use up resources. And we're going to go ahead and throw up that Suicune with the Floatstone on it and see what he does. So he's promoting the Virizion. There's no energy on the field, and a deck like this has pretty much no energy acceleration. So I know that he can't hit me this turn, and I only knew 2 prizes, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. I don't really know how he can come out of this and take 3 prizes. And he says, did that totally wrong, think that's it for me. He put the Jirachi down, but it let him pick it back up. So I don't know what exactly he did wrong, other than maybe something really early in the game. If he had an opportunity maybe to get something out other than a Mewtwo. I'm not really sure, but he ends up just attaching the DCE and passes. He does get Garbodor out. He does have the Float Stone on it. Now, I actually don't think I noticed him attaching the Float Stone, because sorry about that, phone going off. Because I feel like at some point, I do make another misplay and thinking that he does not have ability lock on me. Oh, maybe it's just this one. Where I just Pokemon fan clubbed. I think I was hoping to get another Phanpy out. I think I had one more Phanpy. And yeah, the only thing that was there was just the Mime. So we're gonna go ahead and just hit him for 100 and run back to the bench, throwing up that Suicune. And maybe this is where, yeah, this is where I think this is where I misplayed. So Suicune's ability is shut off, so that Virizion can hit me. If he attaches a Grass Energy, he's going to be hitting myself for, or hitting me for 100 because of the weakness. What I should have done was throw up the Mr. Mime. However, it doesn't look like he has the Grass Energy, which means he's going to have to pass again, and then I just retreat back to Donphan. So I think I got pretty lucky on that last part, although that still would have only been one prize, so I still had a pretty huge advantage. But this is a fairly close game, definitely very interesting, at least in the beginning, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too, so stay tuned for more.